Sorry, guys, we're having issues here tonight. I'll work through them. Let me do this real quick. All right, guys. Give me 2 seconds.
Thank you for calling Call-In Studios host and call screener line. Please enter your show number and press pound.
Enter your 6-digit PIN number.
What is my 6-digit PIN number?
Welcome, host. You have not started a show session in Call-In Studio and
Oh,
cannot
great.
yet receive calls on the geocaching podcast. Welcome, host.
Yeah.
You are now in the host room and can manage your callers from the Call-In Studio web interface. Show recording is on.
Well, there we go. Hey, everybody. How you doing tonight? We're not on YouTube. YouTube is having issues, man. No, we should be on
Mm.
YouTube. It's showing YouTube. It's showing YouTube is online. Give it a
I'm only,
second.
I'm only seeing Periscope in the restream.
Guys are not on YouTube. What's up with that? Oh, let me check YouTube.
That's weird.
That's real weird. All right, guys, hold on a second. See, I told you we're having issues, guys. Hold on a second and see what's going on here. YouTube says we're online.
There we go. Okay, now I'm seeing some.
Let's see. Yeah, live now. Yeah, it's showing us live. Are you seeing it, Chad?
Yeah, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. A couple messages from one from Carrot Killer and one from Jake in the
Yeah,
chat room from
yeah.
there. Yeah,
Sorry, guys. Crazy things going on here tonight. Sorry about that. I'll go down YouTube. There we go. Okay. Is Facebook working? Does anybody know if Facebook's working? It says it's online, but I know Facebook was having issues. So earlier, I know Facebook's having issues with the streaming and all that as of late. People were having issues with that. So okay. Sorry, guys. Just trying to get things working, make sure everything's working here. It's not the same show as advertised. Everyone has to come over, right? Sorry, guys. No, you can go to. Is it on our website? I think it's on our website. I don't know. Chad, did you look on Facebook? See if it's on Facebook.
what's that?
Did you look on Facebook? See if I don't think it's working on Facebook.
I can try.
Yeah, it is.
It's working on
Is it?
Facebook.
Yep.
Oh, there we go. All right, guys. Tonight's show, favorite caching experiences. Give us a call when you want. 808-468-7924. Tell us about your great caching experiences. We want first-time callers. Anybody can call, but we'd love to hear all you first-timers. Tonight's the night to call in. Favorite caching experience. You cannot get any easier than that. 847-757. Oh, that's my personal number. 808-468-7924. Almost gave that on the air. All right, let me hit record. Okay, I'm recording the audio. And Aussie's saying still nothing on YouTube. I'm seeing it on YouTube. All right, here we go. Let's go in 3, 2, 1.
You wanna know how to find it. Seek it out when they hide it. You know it's in the bag when it's an easy grab. But come on, take a chance now. So go, geocache. And if you need help, we're right there in a flash. If you got a question, just call in and ask. Uncover the stash on the Geocaching Podcast. The Geocaching Podcast.
Welcome, everyone. It is Wednesday. It is 8:30, which means that it is once again time for the Geocaching Podcast. My name is Scott Burks. We got Shorty Nits manning the phones, and please welcome to my virtual left my co-host, Jazz 427.
Howdy, y'all. Time for an experience.
That's right. Tonight's episode is 608, recorded live on March 25th, 2020, and it is favorite caching experiences. The phone lines are open, so give us a call, 808-468-7924. That is 808-GOT-SWAG. Yeah, guys, let's hear you guys calling tonight. This is our favorite. Give us your favorite caching experiences. No prizes. No one wins or loses. Just a good time talking about our favorite caching experiences. We could all use some fun times right now. So give us a call, 808-468-7924, 808-GOT-SWAG. But before we get to that, Chad, before we get to that, all the calls that people are going to call in, especially the newbies, we want the newbies calling in tonight, Chad. If you've never called the show tonight, I want you to call this show tonight. give us a call. 808. Number's right here. It's right here. I'll even do this. I'll even do that. Boom. There it is right there. It's right there too. If you're a newbie, you call us tonight. Tell us your favorite caching experience. I want to hear it. I know everybody's got one. So, Chad, let's talk about Patreon. It costs a lot of money to make this show work. We talk about it every week. Now that we're doing 2 shows a week because of the Saturday show, which I think went pretty well last Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. And it costs even more. So anything you guys can do for us, we'd really appreciate it. We thank all our current subscribers. On the other side of the paywall, extra audio, extra video, only available to our Patreon members. So who we love so dearly.
And I just realized you and I didn't change back to caching names.
We did not. You're right. From a Saturday show. That's all right. That's
Well,
not my name.
it'll be ready for Saturday show.
So meanwhile, Chad, we got some new patrons. We So, we put the call in saying, hey, you know what, guys, we'd appreciate it because of the new show. People answered, Chad. We got Captain Rob.
Awesome.
Brookline, New Hampshire. I've never been to New Hampshire.
I haven't been there since I was little. So
New Hampshire, Brookline, New Hampshire. We got Indiana Daryl out of LaPorte, Indiana. That's Chad's hometown.
not my hometown. That's a little far north from my hometown.
Chad's home state.
That's a lot closer to you than my hometown.
Yeah. And we got Jay Schultz out of Paris, Missouri. Chad.
Awesome.
So we got two
Show me state
and an Easterner coming here. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys. So much for joining the other side. We appreciate it. Knuckling up to the bar and throwing down some change. We appreciate it. Guys, you want to join them? You can. It's tiers starting as low as $3. It's pretty easy. You just go to patreon.com. That's patreon.com, and then go /the geocaching podcast.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Tonight's show is brought to you by Cachely. Cachely is an advanced geocaching app for iOS that features powerful online and offline features, including filtered searches, offline maps, and offline saving of caches. Cachely has hundreds of advanced features that will make your geocaching experience just that much better. Get more info at cachely.com. That's CACHLY.com.
And by sorry,
Logworks.
Sorry, I was trying to quit my email. I might hear my email didn't go off. And it's also sponsored by Logwork. Logwork, the creators of the fantastic Logbook, made with genuine Write in the Rain paper. The Logbook's designed for the micro containers of the present and future, geared towards a hider who would rather go caching than do cache maintenance. Find them at logwork.com. That's LOGWERK.com.
It's also brought to you by FTF Geocacher Magazine. I just got mine this couple days ago.
Got ours today.
So FTF Geocacher is the magazine for geocachers written by geocachers. With 6 issues a year, FTF offers practical advice, hints and tips, cacher bios and milestones, geocaching events, trail tales, and all things geo-related. Find them at ftfgeocacher.com.
And by the Max Suds Body Company. Max Suds Body Company makes handmade bath and body products from all natural oils and butters. Items such as Poison Me Gone soap, itch spray, and 2-cent choices of bug spray are all great for outdoor enthusiasts like geocachers. At Max Suds Body, we have you covered from head to toe. Find them at maxsudsbody.com. That's MACSUDSBODY.com.
And by Practical Geocaching. Practical Geocaching sells utility items for geocaching. Our items are made in the USA, and we always provide free shipping. Find them at practicalgeocaching.com. That's PRACTICAL geocaching.com.
And by Arted Crafted. Arted Crafted creates unique geocaching themes, tees, and custom designs for you or your geocaching group. With adult sizes ranging from small to 5XL, if you have an idea for a shirt design and cannot find it, then you've come to the right place. Please give us the opportunity to show you how we can enhance your caching experience with our own custom designs. Visit them at artedcrafted.com. That's ARTEDCRAFTED.com.
And finally, by pathtags.com. For all your swag and path tag needs, visit our website to create help. To get creative help, I always mess that part up. To trade or log tags, or to purchase your own personalized path tags. With over 39,000 tags to collect, pathtags.com is everything you need to start your path tag obsession. Visit them at pathtags.com. PATHTAGS.com. And yeah, I guess I never need the creative help on that part. So I kind of like, Yeah, I don't. It's like I do that myself.
You can find the links to all our sponsors on our website or in our show notes. Phone lines are open, guys. Give us a call, 808 468 7924 808 Got Swag. Favorite geocaching experiences? I want to hear yours. We want to hear yours. I have some of mine, but you've all heard mine. I want to hear yours. Give us a call.
Hmm.
Chad News. Again, don't forget this Saturday night and every Saturday night until this is over, which apparently Trump says Easter. So good news. More shows. Don't
Yeah.
join us this Saturday night for the Saturday Night Antisocial Club. It'll be on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and on our website at 8 p.m. Chicago time every Saturday night until the quarantine is over. Yes, it's quarantine radio, if you will, Chad. Make the show quarantine radio. Also, guys, people asked us about not wanting to join our patrons, and I don't know why. It's all extra audio and video, and yet sometimes people want to make a one-time payment to us, Chad. Because we've got the extra expense going on right now, and if you want to,
Right.
you can. So we set up a PayPal account. So if you want, you can just go to paypal.me/the geocaching podcast. Again, that's paypal.me/the geocaching podcast, and send us a one-time donation. It'll go directly to the bills. I promise you. And we'd really appreciate it if you want to do that instead of becoming a patron. You have that opportunity as well. So we did that. So, Chad,
Hmm.
we have some emails here.
Yeah.
Oh no, we have one email. I apologize. We got an email from Jay Schultz from our new patron. He says, "My name is Jay Schultz from Paris, Missouri. I, like Scott, hate my cacher name because it's just basically his name. But I haven't been able to come up with anything better. I'm happy to support your show as I've listened to many episodes now, and they have become appointment viewing for me. I may not have enough to say to actually call in. Well, tonight you do, but I appreciate what you do, and I'm grateful that you have gone to a second show per week to help us get through what will probably weeks of cabin fever and boredom. My sanity plan for this future chapter in our history books was of course to go out geocaching, especially with so many old Moga caches literally 10 miles away from at Mark Twain Lake. Next thing I know, the Corps of Engineers put out a statement that they're closing off the whole thing. Boat ramps, hiking, the works.
Mhm.
It's all shut down. There are other places to go, but I find myself increasingly limited to watching vlogs, listening to podcasts, and solving puzzles. All this to thank you for providing an informative and entertaining show. I'll continue to look forward to watching. Well, thank you, sir. Our listening kind of how you do it, but we appreciate it so much.
Yeah.
So Chad. So
Yeah.
again, guys, one more time. If you've never called the show before, 808-468-7924, you give us a call. Favorite caching experience. If you have called the show, give us a call. Because I know Ian at some point is going to call the show and give us his. I know that. And I'm sure Cody will, because Cody likes to brag about his experiences. So I'm sure he will as well. In the meantime, Chad, why don't you start? Give me one of your favorite caching experiences. Let's talk about it.
Oh, before we go there, it's like, are they closing down state parks and stuff in your area?
In
Or
Chicago and Illinois? Yes, they are. Yes. And,
okay,
and funny, as a matter of fact, today it was 60 degrees in Chicagoland. A beautiful day. I mean, and if you the news, the mayor of Chicago got on the news and was like, "Are you people effing kidding me?" Like, you looked at the lakefront and it was just packed with people. Packed. Everybody went.
Right.
Because remember, you're cabin fever in California, so
Right.
it stink you to you. But we're cabin fevered in Chicago where it's 30 degrees. So when it's like
Right.
60 degrees, people are like,
they want to get out and
Yeah,
stuff.
they wanna
Yeah, I definitely understand that, but
yeah, so
and yeah, they're closing because the parks have been inundated. The parking lots at the parks and stuff have been completely full here for the last couple of weeks on the weekends at least.
yeah.
And and it's like I can understand it. You want to get out and walk around. You're still social distancing while doing it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
But-
Jess and I took a walk today, but we saw, what do we see, Jess?
Oh, we saw a big group of grown men playing soccer together.
Yeah, now that's not quite social distancing because you get up each other. You're trying to do a slide tackle and you cough in someone's face. Yeah,
Right, exactly.
They were a little too close.
So the mayor went on the
Right.
news and just blasted the city. She's like, I will shut this place down. I
Yeah.
will shut it down.
In fact, our town did close.
Yeah, our
like
town
they
did.
they had said, everything but playgrounds was still accessible. Just use common sense, and
Right.
the kids at the skate park and the tennis courts at the dog park, and it became too much of a problem. So they finally said, that's it, we're closing everything. So it's all
Right.
locked up.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm basically walking my dog, and that's
Yeah.
Well, we took a nice.
that's
Jesse and I took a nice 2 mile walk today. I mean, I was outside a ton of the day playing basketball with Shane, my youngest today, playing basketball just in our front yard. Like on our front. Oh, somebody wants to see my shirt, by the way. Here, guys, I got the shirt. There you go. Hold on.
woohoo.
There's my 2020 sucks T-shirt, guys.
You need
In the
you need to
GC,
trademark that.
I know, in the GCPC store right now as we speak. It's there. There it is. I got mine today. So it sucks.
Okay, so one of my favorite caching days adventures was my 12 icon run day with Bible Man Rick, who listens to the show, Traveling Geek, and Amberita 13. So we were at the Going Ape mega event for the return of the Ape Cache back in 2017.
Mhm.
And when we're out there, it's like, hey, you want to do an icon run day? It's like, yeah, pretty much, kind of agreed on it. And it's like I looked around. I was trying. I wanted 13 icons. We needed a CETO to do 13 icons. So we kept on trying to get a CETO in there, and then 2 weeks out, we get told that you need, for any park in the state of Washington, you need to have a permissions from the park before you can apply for a CETO. I was like,
Right.
why the hell didn't you tell us that a month ago? It's like we would have done that, but so instead of getting a 13 icon, we did get a 12 icon, which was fun. Had to go all the way down to Tacoma. So we started out in Seattle, hit caches over to the 8 cache, then drove all the way down to Tacoma to get a webcam, because I've done all the webcams in the directly in the Seattle area.
Right. Sure.
And then came back up in the evening to Seattle. There was an event in the beer garden to finish it all out, and so we had a great time doing it. It took us all day.
Nice. All day. Yeah, that's well, 12 icons. I mean, we did what, just 10, or how many did we do that one day?
We did 13 icons when we went to
St. Louis.
St. Louis for Geo Woodstock, and
Right.
when was that? 2014, I think.
Was that 2014?
I think so. 13 or 14, whatever year it was in St. Charles, Missouri.
All right. Jesse, why don't you give us one of yours?
How could I almost forgot this. I just added this one to the list, and I don't know how I could have forgotten, but I have to say my most memorable experience was getting that rock on my finger.
Ooh.
What?
Oh,
That
wow.
that rock on my
Yeah,
finger.
we were caching, yeah.
We were caching, and I was signing in at a cache, and I turned
around.
around.
Wasn't in her notes. Oh, it was.
I just added.
Just literally just put it there.
Didn't you hear her
I
pounding
almost-
on the keyboard
Yeah.
earlier?
Oh no! How could I forget that? I almost did. Yeah, no, that was, when was that? October, just this past October,
Yeah.
and we were down in Central Illinois, at a state park, and we had found a couple caches. We were out in the woods, and I was signing in on the cache, and I turned around to find Scott standing there. Were you on your knee at that point when I turned around, or not yet?
No,
No, I don't think so. You gave me your speech first.
I
He
did.
gave me a very nice speech, and then got down on his knee.
On your knee,
No, not mine. His knee.
like Santa.
Yeah. And presented a giant rock at the
Let's thought about
cache.
it for about 10 minutes.
What? I thought about it for 10 minutes? No, it didn't take me that long. Maybe like 7.
7 minutes.
No.
Yeah, the next show I get on, and before the show, she's like, look. Like, that thing's blinding me.
Yeah. Jesse just turned this into a one-up me show. All right. Well, let me see if I can one up that one. I don't know if I can. All right. So, first time I met Jesse, and she used to take her headphones off too because it was a call. First time I met Jesse was at a cache actually. I was at a park and grab. We might have told this before. I was at a park and grab, and she drove up, and I introduced myself, and she didn't know who I was. I mean, this time I was hosting the Chicago Geocacher podcast. And was that on this? No, I was not on this show yet. I don't think. No, I was not. And She didn't know who I was, which is nice because most people in Chicago knew who I was, and she had no idea. But she only had like 50 caches. So we talked for a little bit. She signed in and whatnot, and I'm like, "Hey, want to go get a few?" Yeah, sure. So she got. Shockingly hopped in the car, and we found like I think 8. Had a great day. I mean, just for like an hour, I should say. Right, that was like an hour and a half maybe. And yeah, and then dropped her off back at her car and got her number, and we went on a date like a week, 2 weeks later, and that was it. And
Awesome.
then we just kept going. We went on an official. I should say an official date. I should, we went out. We actually got food and stuff. So food was involved. Want to get a few? Yeah, is that the best pickup line or what? Want to get a few? You know what? And it worked. So
And it worked. Yeah.
it worked. All right, let's bring a call. And Jesse totally missed it. And then she just jumped up and down happily. Sorry, guys, if you know, she just put her earphones back on, so she doesn't know what I just said the whole time. All right, let's take this call here. We have we've got here we go. We've got a one-up me on the proposal story. We've got Charge Man from Wisconsin. Hello, sir.
Hey, how are you guys? Nice to hear you today.
Hey, how you doing, buddy? So, no,
Yeah.
so you got a
So
story
I
about.
heard the story. I heard your proposal story, so
Yes.
I figured I ought to call in and let you hear about mine. Well, you know about it.
I was there. Yeah, I know about it. I was there.
Yeah. So Scott, Aaron,
Cody Dog.
Carol,
They don't know who Aaron is. They know
Cody Dog, yeah. Carol B, myself, we took a ride to New York on the train and Niagara Falls for pretty much a nonstop. It was like one day, right? One
Oh,
or
it was
2
like
days
15,
nonstop?
15 hours. Yeah, we trained there overnight, cash for 15 hours, and then trained back overnight to Chicago. Yeah. So
Yeah. So nonstop. So it was Carol B and my second time there, taking the train to New York to Niagara Falls there, and we basically Scott and Aaron were going to go do an earth cache, and I said, Carol and I are going to stay here for a little bit, and right at the water's edge, and I proposed to Carol at that time, and Scott and Aaron come back and we're like kind of smiling and stuff, and you're like, well, what's going on? I said, well, I just proposed to Carol, and kind of surprised both of them.
Yeah, he's like, so we hook back up with them after we get the earth cache, and he's like, and we're walking, and we're like, hey, and he's like, so we just got engaged. Me and Aaron are like, what? Like, what did that? Like, he made no mention to any of us at all about it and anything. He's just like, yeah, we just got engaged. Yeah. So we're like, what?
Yeah,
Are you kidding? He's
kind
like,
of
no,
planned it.
we just got engaged.
That's kind of why I went back the second time on the train with Carol. We went back, and that was my intention the whole time, and it worked out kind of well. And what a beautiful place to do that, And if you've never been to Niagara Falls, it's a cool way to go there.
It's astounding. Yeah, it is. It is breathtaking. It really is. And you got to go on the Canadian side. The American side. It's all about the Canadian side.
How dare you?
Sorry,
Yeah.
honey. Sorry. Yeah, it's
The
all.
view is
it's-
so much better looking back at the U.S. from Canada. So.
Yeah, you got to get.
So anyway, that was my story, and we had a great time. And I think Cody Dog hit a milestone as well, caching. We did. How many did we hit that day?
100 and something. Yeah, Cody. I think. Oh, he absolutely hit a milestone. I don't know what he hit, but yeah, what we did is we went into Canada to we trained into New York, and then we drove it. Then G-Man San picked us up in New York. A listener of the Chicago Geocache podcast picked us up,
Right.
and he drove us into Canada, and then we did a power trail in Canada. My first Canadian cache ever was a Walmart parking lot. Chat for the record. And I know, right?
Lame.
No, it's awesome. And so,
So
and then
we had some stomach discomfort in our group.
Aaron did, and you know what? I'm
Yeah.
gonna bring Cody Dog in right now to talk about this because he has his favorite. So, Aaron, hello, sir, Cody Dog.
I'm
Hey,
sitting here
sir.
listening, and I'm like, you guys are telling my story about my exciting number 2. I'm like, come on, bring me in.
All right, tell us about your
Uh-oh.
exciting number 2.
Well, we all know about this story, but I was like, the reason why our first cache in Canada was because my exciting number 2.
Oh, okay.
Aaron had to stop at Walmart.
It's a long train ride.
Poor Aaron gets so sick. He's like, oh. And so wait, Aaron, tell the people of the world what the pharmacist said to you in Canada.
Well, they made fun of our drugs. They made fun of the American drugs.
Right.
And they were trying to hand me something that I was like, I have no idea what that is. And I was like, can I take that with American drugs? And they're like, oh, yeah, absolutely. This will clog you up.
And did it? I don't think you had any more issues.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't think I went to the bathroom for like 3 days after that.
And
The perfect traveler's friend.
the Canadian drugstore is the perfect.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I would go back to get more of that.
And you don't even know what it was, do you? You have no idea.
It was probably just traveler sickness.
No, I'm saying, but you don't know what drug they gave you, is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, I have no idea. It was in French.
Yeah. So it was in French. So meanwhile, just for the record, if you go to a pharmacy in Canada, they will literally just hand you drugs. one pill. Yes, here you go, sir. Enjoy. Yeah, which is kind of nice. So Aaron, what about you? What about your favorite caching store? Well, let me get Charge Man. Dude, always a pleasure to hear from you. How you guys doing out there?
Yeah, it was great. Great fun.
How you guys doing?
We're doing good.
Yeah.
Wisconsin is under the shelter at home as well. Day by day.
Yeah. Oh, I get it. Totally. Are you guys working from home?
Half of us are. My half got laid off because
Oh no.
it's just temporary as long as our
furloughed.
office is closed in Illinois. So
Furloughed.
good thing is that we have locations in Minnesota, which just announced they're closing on Friday, and the whole state, and Iowa, and Iowa's governor said she's going to write it out. So they haven't put anything in place yet. So we can still work remotely for some of our staff. So looks like once Minnesota closes, I'll be able to come back on, which is great. So
okay, good. All right, well,
so
take it
it's
easy, man.
short-lived.
Yeah, enjoy it. You can file for unemployment, I think, with all this, can't you?
I did. In fact, there's a little story. I can tell it doesn't fit your theme, but
Okay.
calling into the unemployment in Illinois is all day Friday, about 250 calls getting disconnected each time. And then, on Monday. And then Tuesday, yesterday, finally got through about 4:15 p.m. And so it's a big load on their system. So.
I can only imagine. That's a nightmare. All right, buddy. Well, hang in there. Say hi to Carol, will you? Haven't seen you guys in
All
a
right,
while.
will do. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great show.
Talk to you. Be good, man.
Bye.
All right. So there's one new caller who's never called before right there. Boom. Let me hear from somebody else who's never called. Give me a call. 808-468-7924. Right there is a new caller. Cody Dog.
Borg. Yep.
So tell me about your favorite caching story.
I don't know. I mean, our trip to Niagara was great, but our trip to Colorado was great too.
Yeah, I have. I
And
mean,
you-
our trip to Colorado is on my list. That is absolutely on my list. Yes.
We have to do New Orleans, though.
I know.
We have to work on.
Minus Jessie. See, she doesn't have her earphones in right now. Minus Jessie because it's boys only, right? Isn't that the way it was?
Right.
She can't hear anything I'm
Right.
saying right now. She hears nothing. Oh, she's saying
Perfect.
she can't hear me. she's I forget she's in the other room. It's not like she. But yes, yeah, we will eventually. We'll get there. Absolutely.
We can't leave Yoko, I guess.
So meanwhile, Aaron and I. Well, you tell the story. You go ahead. Tell the story. I shouldn't tell the story.
No, you go ahead. You tell about it.
So Aaron and I decided we're going to go to Colorado and we want to train it there. We found out, well, Aaron, I remember if you figured, I think you figured it out that a bunch of trains, you can take a weekend trip, Chad, from Chicago and go someplace for a day and be back on Sunday. So basically you leave on Friday late.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically we got on the train on Friday, slept on the train. It was a 17-hour train ride. Okay. Got to Colorado. We were in Colorado for 12 hours and then have back on the train, another 17 hours overnight on the way home, which we slept both ways. And then we're back to work on Monday like it was nothing.
Hmm.
And the best part is we had a Casher Wyo crew from Wyoming rent a car and drive up to Colorado, pick us up, and we went caching all day. Where were we in Boulder?
Awesome.
We're in Boulder, right?
No, well, most of the day was in Denver.
Oh, Denver. Sorry, we were in Denver. That's what it was. Denver, not Boulder. Yes, and it was great. It was amazing views, amazing day. It was fantastic. It was an amazing trip. It was a lot of fun. Aaron, what's your memories of that?
You know, just seeing the mountains. I think that was the first time that I actually like saw the mountains from like the land side. I've flown over a few times, but
Right.
like actually like physically seeing the mountains, the Rocky Mountains from the land,
Sure.
it's just impressive.
Oh, absolutely. And the funny part is that like the thing about Colorado that's really funny is that like your backdrop is gorgeous. Your backdrop is like a computer screen, screensaver or wallpaper. I mean, it's just I mean, we're just driving down the road. We're driving down the road. I'm like, dude, look at the background of what we're looking at. It's amazing, So, and the funny part about this trip, Chad, okay, is me and Aaron. Now, remember, we slept on the train overnight on Colorado, and we weren't in beds. We were in like the train chairs, right?
Right.
And so we didn't get a very good night's sleep, and then we cached all day in Colorado, hard caching. Okay, so we get on the train. Aaron, would you say exhausted is a good
Understatement.
word? Is an understatement for how tired we were. So we get on the train, absolutely exhausted, Chad. And what could be the worst thing to be on the train, Chad, when we're trying to go to sleep?
Sicken up.
No, what?
Getting sick.
No. How about in our car were 200 high schoolers?
Oh, geez.
That was in our car. We were in the car with hundreds of high schoolers. And they were just screaming and having a blast.
I've had a similar experience, but it wasn't geocaching related.
Yeah. And Aaron and I were ready to kill ourselves. And
Oh yeah,
but we made it. It was a fun trip. I mean, and we did the same thing with New York with Chargeman, who we just talked to. Is that we did the same thing? We trained overnight, spent all day, and then trained back. And it was legit a weekend trip. It was really nice, and it was cheap. It was like nothing, because
right. It's cheap.
you didn't get hotel rooms.
Yeah.
It literally the cost of food and a train ticket. It was amazing. It was a great trip. So, all right, Aaron.
And supposedly you can do the same trip with New Orleans. We haven't
Yeah.
figured it out yet.
Supposedly you can do the same thing, Chad, with New Orleans from Chicago. So
Wow.
we want to do that trip as well. Yeah, it's just a lot. And we're older now. The problem is we're much older. Aaron was in his like mid-20s, I think, or late 20s when we did that trip. Those trips.
Yeah. No. Yeah. It was early to mid 20s. Yikes.
All right, Aaron, I gotta go. Let me take some calls here.
All right. You guys have a good night.
Always good to hear from you, sir. Thank you for calling in. We miss you
All right.
over here. We haven't seen you
Nice.
in a long time, social distancing.
Right.
I know. It's annoying. All right, we'll talk to you. Be good.
See you on FaceTime. Bye.
See you on FaceTime. All right, so we have a caller who thinks he can beat the proposal story. We got Kara Killer. Hello, Kara Killer. Hello, sir.
Hello, I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller.
I don't think you are. You have a sound, for Christ's sake. How are you a first-time caller?
I don't know. You said you wanted first-time callers. Anyhow. Yeah, so I was going to share my proposal story.
Okay.
So,
You think you can beat
also,
me?
obviously, one of my favorite caching experiences.
You think you
So-
could beat me, who in turn Chad or Craig thought, or Chargeman rather, thought he could beat me on. So you think you could beat both of us?
I'll let you be the judge.
All right, let the listeners be the judge. This should be a one-up me. We're wasting it. We're blowing our load on the whole thing.
Hey now.
Go ahead. Let me hear it.
All right. So we were on vacation in Key West, Florida,
Mm-hmm.
and we had planned to go to Dry Tortugas National Park. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but you have to
No.
start in Key West, and you have two options of either taking a boat over, like a cruise ship, it's about a 2.5 hour ride over,
Mm-hmm.
or you can take a plane.
Okay.
So we were taking the boat ride, and we show up to the dock. My girlfriend at the time, wife now, Leslie, she could not find her ID, and they won't let you on the boat without an ID.
Oh no.
So we had non-refundable tickets, and she's just freaking out in the little lobby area. And she's like, "Oh, to hell with this. You just go without me. You just go without me." And I'm like, no, that's not how this
No, you
planned out
kind
at
of need
all.
to. You're an imperative part of this. Right.
So eventually we, take everything out of her backpack. We find their ID. We're all good. And we get on the boat, cruise over. We get to the national park. And, it's something like 50 miles off the coast of Key West. So it's like the most remote national park in the U.S. We get there. There's 3 earth caches on the little island. So, that was our designated plan for going over there, was to go get these. So we're doing them, but at the first earth cache, she's wandering around looking for the answer, and I just got on a knee. So when she turned around, and there was the ring. So I asked her, if she would marry me, and she was just like, "Oh," happy for that. I was just like, "Well, is it a yes or a no?" And she eventually was like, "Oh yes, of course,
of course.
Of course." That was it. It was that trip over there. So that was probably my most happy moment caching, for sure.
That's your favorite caching. Sadly, my getting engaged is not even in my favorite caching experiences. How sad is that?
Gee, thanks. Well, at least meeting me was.
The woman who just put it in 10 minutes ago. Yeah. It was. It was an okay day. It
was fun. It was a good day.
Yeah, it was a good day. But that was
that's a memorable experience for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, it was a memorable experience. Absolutely, yes. Okay. Well, thank you for calling in, sir. Appreciate it.
Right on, man.
We'll talk to you. Be good. Hey, are you okay over there? Everybody okay?
Oh, they canceled work for me. Even the Army's shut down now.
Oh, that's good for you.
Yeah, so 2 weeks, no work.
Nice. And I heard Austin was shutting down. Not the whole. I heard your governor wants the old people to die, but.
Yeah, the lieutenant governor.
Oh, excuse me, the lieutenant governor wants us to kill off our grandparents so the Dow can stay high. But
yeah,
that's exactly what he said. But I heard Austin was going to shut down. Is that true?
Austin shut down. My county shut down. I'm.
Yeah, you're right.
Right.
Yeah, you're right outside. Yeah, you're right outside. Yeah.
And then the county north of me is shut down, and that's the one that has Fort Hood in it.
Okay, good.
So
yeah, some people are smart.
The whole state hasn't gone, but these 3 counties have,
Right.
and Fort Hood shut down yesterday. It was our last day of work.
Okay, good. Okay. Be good. Be safe, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Right on. Talk to you later.
Talk to you.
Bye.
Wait, hold on. What is it? Short in its engagement story definitely beats Scott's version of the story. Do I have a version of the story? What's my version of the story? It was an okay day. Is that the version? It was a good day. All right, I'm gonna bring in Des Moines, Iowa, or Des Moines, Iowa should be.
Des Moines.
Nobody calls it Des Moines.
Sorry, man. Sorry. Scorpio Red 48. I think you're a first time caller, are you not?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's Des Moines.
It's from Des Moines, Iowa.
We've got the Iowa Cubs here.
You do.
So,
I know you do.
kind of-
I know you do have the Iowa Cubs. I know you do. I know, and I respect that.
Anyway,
And I have been to the Field of Dreams. I've even been to the Field of Dreams. I have. I've been.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So what you got? You got a good story for me?
Yeah, actually, a couple years ago, there's a highway 169 that goes west of Des Moines all the way up to the Boundary Waters, and I cached my way up to the Boundary Waters, and I drove by this lake, and there was a cache there. It was like a 1.5 4, and I thought, man, I went past it. But then on the way back, I thought I would go after it. And it said that there was like lichen and, be really careful of your step. So I thought, well, it has to be on like a cliff, right? So I'm like going along, inching my way along the, looking down at the water.
This is walking. Wait, hold on. Wait, this is walking, correct?
I hear
You're
this
walking.
guy yell, "Hey, your car just rolled over the cliff."
Oh my God.
Oh Jesus.
You were out of your car
And
walking.
I was like, "What the?" And I said a bunch of curse words. And made my way back. It turned out my car was parked sideways, and it just went over the embankment. It didn't go way over, but a big boulder stopped my car from going further, right? So the guy gave me a ride back to town and a flatbed. We had to get somebody to pull it out. They looked at the undercarriage, car was fine, and then I went back and I got the cash.
Oh, you went and got the cash?
Oh, hell yeah. I went back and got the cash. And so my bumper had a dent in it, but that was it. A couple weeks later in the sun, it popped out and I had a scratch. That was it on my car.
Wow.
Wow. And do you know? Do you happen to know the GC for this cash? People are in the.
Yes, I do.
Awesome. Let me hear it.
It is GC 275WG.
Thank you, sir.
It's called Rookie Pond Reborn.
Okay, and so don't park your car on the side of the road, is what you're telling us, if you're going to park your car.
Don't park. I always have a stick shift, so make sure your
your parking brake is on.
Park and brake, yeah.
They still make stick shift
crazy.
cars? They still make those?
In Europe.
Oh heck yeah!
Well, I didn't know that.
I always, yeah. I've got a Juke now.
You got a what now?
And it's a Nissan Juke. And it's got a stick.
Like you bought it like on the lot, like off the lot with a stick?
Oh heck yeah!
I didn't know
Always.
I didn't know they still make those. I
Yeah.
know Jesse told me once that you could still special order them, but I didn't know they actually like literally like made them off. They were like on the lot. Wow.
No,
What do I
yeah, and they're so much better. Come on, you're in winter weather. You know? They're so much better to drive in winter weather here.
Oh,
in the
Jesse.
I
Midwest.
agree.
Jesse always drove stick shifts until like her newest car. Yeah, Jesse's a stick shift fan.
Yep. Absolutely.
I can
Yeah.
drive one. I choose not to.
The worst,
Come on,
one of the
dude.
worst
You
driving
drive those
experiences.
Gravel roads, you know.
Chad,
One of the worst driving experiences I ever had in my life was in Chicago. Driving from the north end of Chicago. I forget where was US Robotics located on the north end of Chicago over
I
there.
don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Anyway, it was close to Buffalo Grove. Down through Chicago during rush hour to get back on I-65 to go back to Lafayette, West Lafayette, Indiana. And I had an S10 pickup truck with the stiffest clutch in the friggin' world. It's like by the time I was done, my leg was, and I've got very strong legs. My leg was like dead.
Oh, here the chat room
You
says
just weren't used to it.
Chad. The chat room says
Yeah.
Skokie. By the way, it was in Skokie.
Skokie. Okay. Yeah, exactly.
It was Craig, actually, a chargeman in the chat room. He's from around here. He grew up around here. All right, Skopia Red, thank you so much for calling in, buddy. Appreciate it very much.
Have a good one.
That's a good story, buddy. Thanks for listening. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
So let's bring another on. Oh, we got an old friend of the show here. We got Wheels 00. Wheels, hello, sir.
What up?
How you doing, my man?
I'm doing well. How you boys doing?
We're doing okay. Doing what
Yeah.
can we do?
And it's hard to follow that story because all I know is don't park your car where it might roll off the mountain. And Jesse likes stick. That's all I got from that. So I'm not sure what else to follow with. I don't know.
How dare you?
so funny story here. Actually, I am not in your best days, but you are in one of my best days. On my list, Wheels, is our 6 Icon Day with Wheels 00.
Oh yeah, right. Is that the rainy day before the picnic?
That's the rainy day before the picnic. Yes. But go ahead and tell your story.
I was thinking about that. It was pretty awesome. Yeah. So, actually, the funny thing is, I had like 3 thoughts on this one, and now 2 of them, obviously, if you live in the Chicago area, you'll know what I'm talking about, but it won't be my best day. But of course, doing Underdog because of the people I was with, doing that cash up in like Libertyville or something like that. I can't remember where it was. That was an awesome day.
Underdog was a Where I Go. Wait, isn't that a Where I Go if I remember correctly?
I think it was no, it wasn't a where I go, but it was like 4 or 5 different stages, and they all had like field puzzles. So it was
Okay,
kind
that's
of
what it
a
was.
short, cheap version of Out of Sight,
Right.
which was I would put down probably as one of my top 5 experiences. Also, Out of Sight was just an amazing day hanging out with people, and then we went out after that was over and cast some more until complete exhaustion. But I gotta say that my favorite caching experience was this last fall. It spanned 9 days with Mr. Escos.
9 days. Who gets 9
And we
days?
did the Northeast states. And over those 9 days, Scott was with me for the first 4 days, and I dropped him off. I went to a conference in Baltimore, and then cached my way. So we started in Rhode Island, went up to Maine, then all the way down to Virginia, stopped in Baltimore, and then, like I said, dropped him off at the airport. I did my conference and then drove from Baltimore back up to Rhode Island. I had 12 state oldest caches plus BC's oldest.
Wow.
I collected caches. I actually did count them up. I scored over 20,000 favorite points in caches.
Wow, really? Wow.
Just it's some incredible caches. I mean, all the oldies are most of the oldies are like tucked away into the recess of wooded areas and just great hikes and stuff like that. So. But that's definitely one of my top experiences of doing that, going through, and it was like 9 new states or 10 new states for me altogether, and so it was an epic journey and good times, and it was awesome with Scott for the first half of the trip, and just about as equally awesome on my own for the last 2.5 days, though covering 600 miles on your own while trying to pick up oldies and stuff like that. It's a little more challenging.
Sure. No, yeah, Jesse and I want to take that trip. We were thinking about November. I don't know what's going on now. We have no idea what's going on. I mean, hopefully it's all over by November, but still, like everything's getting thrown out of whack with megas changing and stuff like that. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Yep.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that the whole Seattle thing, because that's a hot spot for the coronavirus. Who knows what's going to happen with the 20th?
I don't know. I really don't know. It's like we got plane tickets. We got plane tickets in a hotel room, but I don't know. We don't know.
Yeah. Well, we don't have the plane tickets yet, but I was talking with Scott this last weekend about that, because we were gonna do that trip. We were gonna do Seattle down to the northern end of California, and then back up to Seattle before the event, and maybe possibly dip into Canada before coming back and flying home type thing. And I looked at him and I said, listen, if the event gets canceled and if it's not a hot spot, I'm still want to go. So
oh, Jess, we can still go if you want to go, Jess. I never even thought of that. Like, although, but we want to go. But I want to get headquarters. I mean, I want to get the trifecta. That's one of the things I really want to get when I'm out there.
Right.
And we will cross that bridge when we have to. And luckily we don't have to yet. So
yeah, exactly.
We'll see. I mean, who knows where the world's going to be in July? I have no idea. But it needs
to be a little healthier than now. So because my business is hurting right now. So
no, well, you know what? Good news, Wheels. The president says Easter, so you got that to look forward to.
Yeah, well, he's wrong, but that's okay. We all know that.
So let me bring up my 6 icon day while I have Wheels on the phone with me. So, you guys, this isn't like 2009. We have to understand the whole concept of this. Is that in 2009, getting a 6 icon day was not an easy thing. You actually had to work for it. Now you can do it like in a preserve. But back in 2009, 6 icons in a day was virtually unheard of. It was a very difficult thing to do. And so Wheels and I decided, hey, let's try and make a run for it. And we had to drive far, like around different.
Yeah.
We had to go to different, not area codes, but more or less, but different towns and different, to get this stuff.
Couple counties.
And so we start early in the morning, and we knew we were going to end at an event that started like late afternoon. And so
it was the Go No Picnic.
Was the picnic? Is that what it was? Was it the Go No Picnic?
I think so.
I don't remember. So we go to
It was at Buster's.
the first cache we go to, Chad. It starts pouring rain. Now, when I say pouring rain, Chad, it was pouring rain. And so I remember we were hanging out under a tree for a while, trying to wait it out. And we're finally like, it's just not going to stop. And so we're just like, F it. We got to do what we got to do. And so we proceeded to get the next 5 caches or something like that. I think we got extras. But it just poured the whole time, Chad. And when did it stop raining, Chad?
At one point,
go ahead.
At one point, we did have an umbrella going, but it did absolutely no good.
It's just so it finally stops raining when we get to the event. It's rain stops for the event, and Chad, it's like we stepped out of a pool. We were soaked to the bone, dripping soaking wet. Like it was ridiculous, and we were at the event just soaking wet. But it was such a fun day. It was a great day.
We were dripping like Scott's hat on a hot July afternoon of caching.
Oh God.
I'm a sweater, Chad. Yes, we were dripping with sweat, man. It was actually dripping with water, with rain. So that was it was a great day.
That was a great day. Yeah, people absolutely stopped what they were doing as we walked up and were wondering why we were looking like we did. We were bedraggled.
Yeah, I mean, just soaking wet. But it was a good day. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. So that's actually one of my favorite days of caching. Was that day? One of those. Yeah.
Sounds like a great day.
Yeah, it was. It was. It's the fun caching, getting dirty, getting wet. Kind of kind of a day. So, Wheels, thank you, sir, for calling in. What?
Yeah. Did you give me the coordinates for my 1000s cache on that day? I can't remember. It was like around that time.
Oh, I don't remember. I couldn't. No. What? When was it? Where was it? Oh, yeah, your 1000s, and I might have. Yeah, I might have. Maybe
because you hit it like somewhere nowhere near where we were.
No,
you got 24 hours to go. You're like 24 hours to go get it. Enjoy.
That's always my rule. Is you got 24 hours to get it, and then I'm pushing it live. Yeah, that's always been my rule. All right, Wheels. Good to talk to you, sir. We'll talk soon.
All right. Cheers, all.
Bye. So, Chad, it's 9:32. You got to end the show. You got to end the show. Who do we end the show on, Chad?
I'm gonna go with On a Boat.
You got to end the show with On a Boat. Ian, hello, sir.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm only calling in because you started off the show picking on me, by the way. So.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Listen. So I got a story.
Okay.
I'll make it quick, and it's an emotional roller coaster. All right, so bear with me. Okay.
Fair enough.
It's gonna take you all through all the highs and lows. So, back in 2015, August of 2015, right? I knew that at the time it was going to be the last block party, right? And I missed out on the 2010 HQ celebration, and I went to my wife and I said, "Oh my God, I have to have this icon because icons are life, right?" So, so my wife looks at me like I'm a crazy person, of course, and
still to this day,
done that.
Yeah, and, so we didn't have any kids or anything at the time. So, about a week and a half before the block party, I made the decision to buy us plane tickets to Seattle and back. On let's see, it would have been Friday afternoon. The day before the block party, right? And so we're going to fly out, around 3:00 on Friday, land Friday night, go to the block party Saturday, go to the Going Ape event on Sunday, and then fly home Sunday night.
Sure.
And that was going to be like a weekend trip to Seattle, which is
seems reasonable.
Crazy, right?
What wife would deny her husband that?
Well, reasonable unless you try to do GCD with it.
Yeah. So the story gets better. So my grandmother wasn't doing well at the time, and I had this trip planned, and then my grandma ended up passing away on Tuesday, right before we were flying to the block party. Yeah, go ahead.
No, wait. Let's make sure the listeners completely understand this. So, you're leaving on a Wednesday.
I'm leaving
Friday.
On
leaving
Friday. You're leaving on Friday, and your grandmother dies on Tuesday.
Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't remember the exact day. It was Tuesday or Wednesday. I think it was Tuesday. And
Okay. Now
my mom called me, and I what's that?
You're getting into touchy waters here. Continue. Okay, let's see where you go with this.
So I made talked to my mom and went home and helped her get everything prepared and everything for it. And my mom, being the saint that she is, managed to get all of the services and everything planned for Friday morning, right? So Friday morning, go to the services, get all taken care of, spend time with my family, and then my dad takes my wife and I to the airport, and we hop on a plane and fly to Seattle. So we get to Seattle finally, and now we're on our vacation, right? So we calm down, we get our Dodge Charger rental car. We got all the stuff planned, right? So we got to get the original stash, we got to get GC12, GC17.
Wow.
We land at the airport probably 9 o'clock local time, and hop in the Dodge Charger and drive straight down to the original stash plaque, and get 3.5 hour drive. So I think we got 1 in the morning on the side of this road. If you guys have ever been there, right?
No. Well, I've been there. Yeah, that's a good drive down.
Yeah. So we got that and took care of that, and then we drove over to GC12, which is over in the woods, wherever. We get there, and by the time we get there, it's like 2 in the morning, and I'm really tired because I hadn't slept yet. So we sleep in this little pull off area over there for about 2 hours in the middle of the woods in the cold, rainy Oregon weather. And then about 3 in the morning, we wake up and go hike through the woods and go find that cache.
At 3 in the morning?
Back there. I think it's 3 or 4 in the morning.
Okay.
And then we get up and then we drive back to Seattle to get to the block party. We're there all day, meeting lackeys, hanging out, having a good time and everything.
Right.
We didn't have a hotel Friday night, by the way. Right. So we slept in the rental car.
You slept in the rental
car. We drive back to Seattle.
We lead very.
Yeah, I didn't have a.
We lead very.
I didn't have a
different
hotel.
lives.
I didn't have a hotel when we planned this thing.
You did not have a hotel.
Oh, jeez.
But we got one eventually. But going out there, I did not have a hotel to stay in.
Okay.
So anyway, Saturday night we go to we end up being incredibly tired after a whole busy day at the block party and everything. We end up finding a hotel out in Redmond, right by the Microsoft headquarters. Stay there, go out to the Going Ape event the next morning. And of course, Chad, while we're there, I thought it would be the perfect time to go hike up to GCD and do all that while I'm there.
See, Chad appreciates this so much more because he's been to all this stuff.
Yeah.
So went up there and did that, and then after we left there, we had to drive quickly back to the airport and fly back to Ohio, and that was literally the craziest thing I've ever done in my life, geocaching or not, right? Travel wise, just being a lunatic for a weekend. And my wife and I talk about it all the time because I'm like, I think I'm going to go out to this event this weekend. She's like, please don't take me with you. And,
was that the last trip she went on with you? Was that one?
Yeah. She goes to Midwest Geobash. She like day trips up there because it's close, and she wants nothing to do with any of the other stuff. So she was did sport one time, and I think I wore her out and kind of pushed her a little too far, but she did sidekick.
That was definitely an exhausting trip that you described there.
Yeah, well,
although you didn't do GC17, so.
Chad,
no, we did.
Oh, you did. You did that one as well. Okay.
GC17.
Okay.
The whatever that October 2001 is. GCD Iron Horse. I did everything out there, man. I filled my Jasmine in like 1 week.
Chad, that's youth. It's all youth. Young.
Yeah, youth. Exactly.
Youth on his side.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
Yeah.
I would die if I did that.
I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could do that now. Being 5 years ago, I was a little bit younger.
5 years ago.
Well, I'm impressed though. Still,
man.
He's getting old. Are you even 30 yet?
Yeah, I'm getting there.
He's not even 30. And he's getting old. Adorable. That's all I could say to that.
Yeah, I apologize though. I did not. We were already. Actually, we weren't married at the time. We didn't get married for another like 2 months after that. So but we were already engaged. I did not propose on this trip. Very sorry.
This is why she went, is because you weren't married yet. Once you were married, she's like, I'm not going.
It's like no longer required.
That's a good point. Yeah.
That's why now she's like, no, I'm not going. Have fun. Yeah. Be happy I let you go. Be happy about that.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. There you go. All right. Well, good story, man. That's a crazy weekend. That's
Yeah.
I can't do that stuff anymore. No. Jesse, do you think you
Yeah,
can
me
handle
either.
that? Jesse, could you handle that?
I don't know.
Why you sleeping in a rental car, no less? That would do me in right there. Sleeping in a rental car.
That's where I had the lack of sleep and then getting up and doing all that.
Yeah, that's
you know, I get grouchy when I only get like 6-7 hours sleep when I go out in these mega events with my caching friends who are like, you know, you get in the hotel at 11 p.m., which means I'm not getting to sleep till 1 a.m. And they're wanting to be back out on the road at 7 a.m., which means I'm up at 6 a.m. It's like, you're killing me.
Yep. All right, Ian. Thank you for your story, buddy. It's always good. Always
All
good to hear
right,
from
man.
you. Always good
I
to hear from you.
appreciate talking to you guys.
Be safe, sir.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, you too.
Bye.
Bye.
So, Chad, why don't you give us one more story?
Oh, I'm gonna have to go with the Going Caching mega event from this past October.
Oh yeah, going caching in
So,
where was that? In Georgia, right?
and yeah, it's in Rome, Georgia. So it's an annual mega there that's very theme related, and we've done a show on it before. So I'm not going to go into big details though. But from the puzzle solving, which is great, and you got puzzle solving before, puzzle solving during, etc. The parade down Main Street dressed in pirate outfits, you know, arg and everything. Who does a friggin' parade down Main Street dressed as pirates or whatever the theme is that year? And then doing a pub run after the parade in your pirate outfit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, going into all the bars and arg, you know, wanting your beer.
That's what you do? You would do that as a grown man. You would do that.
Yes, I did that as a grown man. A sweaty grown man in a hot October evening.
Jesse, would you dress up like a pirate and go R to the bars?
Probably not.
No, why not?
That's not really my thing.
No.
Oh, it's like I wouldn't do it solo. You know, I'm with a bunch of other people, so a bunch of other nutty people. You know, it's okay to be nutty with a group of people as opposed to be nutty on your own.
Valid point.
So having the pirate play in the park, the meet and greet where you're trading cards, trying to get all your captains and stuff, and also matching your pin pendant, your button. So each button has its own face. I had a pirate hat, different feathers, but different things. Certain things about it change between each and every one of them, and you only match with one other person in the entire place. So you're looking at everyone trying to find that stuff out.
When is that? That's in October, right?
Yeah, it's in October. Yeah.
All those megas are moving to October.
I know.
Oh, what's going to happen with that?
We'll see.
Everyone's going to go to going caching. I mean, that's usually the big winner. That's everybody. About going caching.
We'll see.
Yes, it's going to be a busy fall.
Having the pirate play in the park, and then the escape room. Having an escape room. So if your team managed to solve all the puzzles and you get around to all the different places and you get stamps for all the different things.
Yeah, hold on, Jim. There we go.
So you get the stamps for all the different things on there, and you get approval for your team. Plus you also stamp the backs of the cards. So you need a full set of the captain's cards with the stamps for your team to be able to play in the escape room.
Mm-hmm.
That escape room was a blast. And all the lab caches and everything else there, overall, one of the definitely the best themed mega event I've ever been to. Probably the best mega event period that I've been to. So I had an awesome time there.
Right. Oh, good. Yeah. We always say we're gonna go. We'll get there one. We'll get there one day.
I'll be back one day.
Yeah, we'll get there one day. Jesse, what about you? One more story.
I had a really hard time just picking a handful of stories. Now you're making me only choose one more.
Well, people can go and they can see.
All right. Yeah, that's true. I do have a bunch in the show notes. So if you guys want to see some of my stories, I do have some GCs and a link actually to a blog post that I wrote a couple of years that has my top 30 favorite caches. Because, as you know, part of giving a favorite cache part of giving a cache a favorite point is the whole experience of finding it, not just the cache itself. So back in 2013, I went out to Portland, Oregon for my grandfather's memorial service. And I actually met up with a cacher named Footsosaurus. I'm not sure if he still caches much anymore, but he was an old listener of Scott's old podcast, the Chicago Geocacher podcast. And he put out a cache called Scott and Walt Come to Oregon State. And it is GC3A90R. And so while I was out there,
Still out? Do you know if it's still out?
it is still there. It hasn't been found in a few years, and it actually has a DNF on it. It looks like it might not be there, which makes me very sad because it was like one of those experiences. I'd never cached in Oregon State, and so we're out in the mountains. I was with my aunt and a cousin, and Foot actually came with, and went way up high, and we're up on on an overlook. Just you could see as far as you can see, and it was just like one of those serene experiences. Like, this is why I cache. And the whole fact that it was put out in Scott and Walt's honor was kind of cool too. So, and I think at that time I was like the fourth person from Chicago to go find it. So that was
that's saying something. That's not even close to Chicago. And 3 other people from Chicago had already found it.
Right. Yeah. So yeah. So that was just such an awesome day. And then also on that trip, I went out to the original stash and that whole area. Went and got Doctor Who by Goblin Dust, which is one of my all-time favorites. So yeah, that was probably one of my favorite. And I was still like a pretty new cacher. I'd only been caching a couple years, and maybe had 1,000 finds by then. Not even. I don't think I even had 1,000 by then. So it was still relatively new. So that was a great experience for me.
Yeah, I only had 700 caches under my belt when I did Doctor Who and GC12, 17, the original stash, and all that. So it was my second mega event. I went to the block party in Going Ape that I had ever been to in that trip. So yeah, definitely good memories.
Yeah, funny story with that trip, with Jesse's trip is the week before that trip, I had moved in with Jesse. So I literally moved in with Jesse, and she's like, "I'm going out of town, by the way." And so she left me.
left you to go caching.
Literally left me. I moved in, and she left. I'm like, okay. She's like, I gotta go. I gotta go out to Portland. I didn't. I mean, now I'd probably go with her. But
right.
we had only been dating for how long? Like 6 months? How long have we been dating?
So yeah, about the 6, 7, 8 months ish by then.
And she's like, I gotta go out to Portland to my grandfather's funeral thing. I'm like, oh, okay, bye. Like, okay, weird. I just moved in your house and you're leaving. So that's what I remember for that trip. Is that like I literally moved in like 2 days before. And then she left for 3 days. How long did you go for? Three?
Yeah, it was probably 4 or 5 days. Yeah. And then I was finding all the caches that like Scott, as this experienced cacher, had never gone to the original stash, and the cache taunting him to come and find, and he still has never found it.
Oh, the Oregon? No, I've never been there. I've never been to Oregon before. No, I'll get it one day. Aren't we going to Oregon? Can't I go get it? Is it too far?
If you're going
I'm not sure. Maybe
if you're doing the block party, then
well, yeah, we're gonna go get the original stash, but the Scott and Walt Come to Oregon State one, it's the opposite way. I don't think we're gonna be able to go get that.
Yeah, I pulled it up on the map there. So yeah, that's a little bit far out of town. Yeah.
Yes, Jake in the chat room saying he just listened to the Patreon show with me and Walt from a year ago. Jesse, that was a year ago already.
Yeah.
Get him back on here. Jake, you can go to Chicago Geocacher Podcast. Archive's still on the internet. You can actually download that show and listen to it. It's a funny show, man. It's a comedy show more than a geocaching show.
Not family friendly. Do not listen to
family
it with your children.
if you have children. Anyway, so one more thing, guys, before we go, I just want to mention that if you remember in show 600, Chad, we were talking to X Punk X, and that he said he had all the archives of the old shows, shows number one, number 1 to 400, I think, or 300.
Oh, he was able to dig them up?
He dug them up. He sent them to me, Chad. Chad, I've spent the last 3 months putting them on.
Awesome.
You go to our website, Chad. Now, hold on. I'm not done. I only have 90 left. So anything under 90 and anything under 100, I don't have. But if you go, Chad, if you go to our website and you do a search for a show 110, it's up there. And you could listen to show 110. You can listen to show 115. You can listen to 130, all the way up to 200. Take your pick, kid. They're all up there. So my goal is to have the rest of them up in the next, by the end, probably the next, couple of weeks. I'm trying to do 10 shows a day, just putting them up there. So all the old shows, yes, Ian, you can listen to all the old shows. Yep, they are all on our website. You have to download the links. I had to upload the shows to archive.org because that's free. So the old shows are up on archive.org, and but they are in if you do a search on our website. All the old shows are up there, and soon number 1 will be up there sooner or later. So just a little fun for you kids. A little fun while you're sitting at home doing nothing. You can listen to before me, before Chad, before Jesse, before all of us. When fun fact here, Jesse, do you know when the theme song came? By the way, it's actually I actually added it. I never knew, but then obviously as I was going backwards, eventually I'm like, wait, where's the theme song? And then I noticed, okay, that's when the theme song started. And I actually added it to the GCPC timeline. So
Well, you just gave us a hint. It's after show 90.
It's after show 90. Yes, it's in the GCPC
Wow.
timeline.
So the first couple years there was no song, huh?
No, there was a song. It just
it was a different one.
It wasn't the it wasn't this one. It wasn't this one.
Know how to find it.
It wasn't that one. That show, meanwhile, has been around for like 6 years now, 7 years now, and it still totally works. I love it. I love the theme song. It's catchy. It's got a nice beat. So yeah, guys. So that's one thing. That's a little joy that I've been doing. That I'm finally ready to say, hey guys, if you want, you can go listen to old shows, and eventually I'll let you know when everything's up there. But I've been working hard, 10 a day, man, trying to get them done. So all the old shows are up there with Daryl and Montu Ryder and X Punk X and everybody. So all right, guys. Chad, next week. This was a good show. We had 2 new listeners, Chad. We never heard from before. 2 new ones. Chad's engrossed in the archives. I can tell.
I'm looking at the 2020 sucks shirt.
Get it. It's in the show right here. It is, guys, and it's in our shows. It's in the Threadless store. You can go. I don't think they're on sale anymore, though. I think
they are not on sale, but patrons, don't forget you have a special code that you can get it at cost.
Yes, patrons, you pay what I pay. Yes, so if you're a patron, you get them dirt cheap. Next week, Chad, we're talking, going back to the old favorite, geocaching deadly sins, Chad. We're bringing up insufficient and inappropriate swag, Chad. Insufficient, inappropriate swag.
Inappropriate swag.
Jesse loves it. Jesse just found inappropriate swag.
Very inappropriate swag.
So that's next week's show, guys. But don't forget, before next week, come Saturday night, 8 o'clock Chicago time, we are going to go again live, streaming on social media. The what do we call it? The Saturday Night Antisocial Club, show number 2. Trump says Easter. There's only going to be a couple more, so you want to join in. You better join in because we don't know when this is going to end, but Trump's telling us soon. So join us Saturday night live for an hour or so. And we can talk about anything. It doesn't have to be geocaching. It could be anything you want to talk about. It doesn't exactly have to be about geocaching. It's just, something to kill the time while we're all sitting around doing nothing. So that's about all I got. Chad, anything else to add, sir?
Nope.
No, nothing to add, Chad.
Nothing to add, Chad.
Jesse, anything else?
No, sir.
All right, guys. Thank you much. Thank you so much for the people who called in. The new callers, we appreciate you guys so much. Everybody who's paid, the new patrons, thank you so much. Hey, again, you want to become a patron, patreon.com/the geocaching podcast. Totally helps us in this time when everything's costing a little bit more. So, hey, if you got the scratch, we'd really appreciate it. All right, here we go. Please join us again every Wednesday night at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central as we stream live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or on our website, geocachingpodcast.com. The archived video versions of our podcasts are available on our website or on our YouTube channel, and the audio versions are available on your favorite podcatcher. If you like the show, please head on over to I can't talk today. Please head on over to Apple Podcasts and rate, review, and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it, and it really helps the show when you do. If you prefer to watch the show, make sure you click the subscribe or get notified buttons to know when we go live. If you haven't already, please consider becoming a patron of our show. With tiers starting as low as $3, you will get a ton of additional information, extra video, extra audio, only available to our patron members. Please head on over to patreon.com today and subscribe. That's patreon.com/the geocaching podcast. Thanks once again to our sponsors, Cashly, Logwork, FTF Geocacher Magazine, the Max Suds Body Company, Practical Geocaching, Art and Crafted, and PathTags.com. Please visit our sponsors, and when you make a purchase, you tell them the GCPC sent you. That's all we got this week, so we'll see you guys next week, talking geocaching, taking your phone calls. In the meantime, be good, be safe. Chad, mentally hug your loved ones. And we will talk to you guys next week. Chad, did you add that when I wasn't looking at it?
No, you must have duplicated last week's. Yeah.
I totally forgot that. It popped me. Sorry, guys. I wasn't ready for it. Oh, God, that's good. Hey, all you guys who called in, thank you so much. We appreciate it very much. Thank you guys in the chat room. You guys are always awesome. We appreciate it. Anything I missed, guys, in the chat room that we need to address? Yes, here, Chad.
No, they're trying to convert Australian time to U.S. time.
It's 16 hours, isn't it? I think it's 16 hours.
It's tomorrow.
It's
Right.
16 hours? Is it more than that?
Well, it depends on where in Australia you are, because they have like 5 time
Yeah,
zones,
that's a crazy
and they have
time
like
zone.
weird half time zones.
Yeah, I know.
That's weird.
Craig always said that our show is lunchtime for him. It's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon or something like that, I think.
So they should be like China and everything's one time zone. Even though physically it spans about like 11 time zones or something like that. That's as far as China is concerned, there's one time zone in China. Everyone.
Is he having? Is his final show coming up soon? I'm not reading the chat room. Is his final show coming up?
He has a show tomorrow.
so.
He says.
He has a show tomorrow. Well, that's wait. So that's is that today for us?
No, tomorrow. He said, I'm
Tomorrow.
hosting
Tomorrow.
a
That's
special show
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
I think both tomorrows.
Yeah, see, it's 2 p.m. here now, he says. Okay, so it's 2 p.m. where he is right now, and it's 10 o'clock p.m. here.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? So that's 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so that's what, 14 hours ahead he is?
16. 16.
Okay, so if he's 16 hours ahead, and what time is his show at? What time is your show at, Craig? Is it your final show? He says 30 hours from now.
7:30 AEDT.
I don't know what that means.
30 hours from now is...
So 7:30 minus 16 is what, like 2 in the morning or
It's
something,
going to be
right?
2 a.m. my time. It's going to be
So
4
4
a.m. your
a.m.
time.
here.
Yeah, no, we'll be sleeping. You may have Chad. Probably not.
Maybe we'll catch the.
I'm not going to be up at
repeat.
2 a.m.
We'll catch it in syndication.
Yeah, I catch it in syndicate. I download it. I'll catch it.
Say,
Listen to it.
I'm getting my beauty sleep at 2 a.m. Thank you.
I definitely catch it in syndication. Yeah. Oh, just a special on the isolation. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Need to have him later. Have him or earlier. Earlier or later? When does he need to have earlier? Yeah, you want Americans to join. You gotta tweak that time a little bit. At least make it around sometime around close to bedtime. That's like middle of the night.
He doesn't care about America. He wants Europe.
Right. Who needs Americans? Trump crazy guy. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Easter, Chad. Churches are going to be packed for Easter.
Yeah. My wife's sending the church donations via using ACH, and she was asking me today. It's like, do we get charged for that? It's like, no.
Packed for Easter, Chad. You going to go to Easter services, Chad?
No, this
President
this CEO is going to drop. Is just going to be a CO this year. So Christmas only. So instead of Christmas, Easter only.
Oh, God bless. God bless. Everybody be safe because it's getting a little crazy out there. All right, guys. Be good, be safe. Wait. Jake I had 3 heroes growing up: Steve Irwin, Sammy Sosa, and Goldberg. Goldberg, WCW Goldberg. Wow, you're aging yourself right there, Jake. Jake's young. Sammy Sosa, Steve Irwin, and Goldberg. All right, guys.
Which Goldberg?
Goldberg, WCW. Goldberg.
Oh.
Wrestler, bald.
Yeah. I wasn't a big wrestling fan, so if it said The Rock, I would have got it. If it said Dick the Bruiser, I would have got it. That's old time wrestling.
Right.
The Hulk.
You got to go Jake the Snake and Jake Snake Roberts and Brutus the Barber Beefcake and Hogan. Then you got that, right? There you go.
Andre the Giant.
Andre the Giant, right? There you go. All right, guys. We'll see you guys Saturday night. Guys, give us a call Saturday night. It's going to be fun. Have fun. We'll talk to you guys Saturday night. Thank you. See you.